The president believes that what he did today will enhance the security of the American people, that it lives up to our values as Americans, and that it will protect the men and women that we have in uniform.
Welcome back to Morning Joe. Here with us now, former Republican presidential candidate and former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Thanks for coming in again. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Let's talk about the Gitmo decision,
Sure.
the executive order. What do you think of that? And do you think the administration has its arms around how complicated a decision like that is at this point?
Doesn't look that way.
Why not?
It's very, very strange that on the day that the president announced this, they discover a guy that was released who is killing people.
Yeah, that's on the front page of the New York Times today.
I've followed this issue pretty closely, and just talked to someone who's been to Guantanamo and looked at the conditions there. This is not an unusual occurrence. There have been arguably 30 or 40 situations like that where people released from Guantanamo have killed innocent people, have killed American soldiers. So we've got to get our hands around how dangerous the group is. It may be that there are some people there that are not being appropriately charged. On the other hand, there are some people there that are some of the most dangerous people in the world.
Yeah.
So you can't just wave a magic wand and say, I'm going to make it go away.
Well,
you have to have a plan.
I don't think anyone wants to do that. But
well, you have to have a plan.
I agree. Now, Joe Scarborough's in Washington.
And there is
he wants to jump into this
Yeah,
conversation.
you know, Mr. Mayor, you know, Mika and I go around and I, of course, beat her up every morning saying we can't just let these guys go, and I make all the arguments that conservatives make. But on the other side of it, if I were surrounded by a panel of people like you, I would be badgering you, saying, okay, great. Well, how long do we hold them without lawyers? 3 years? Do we hold them 5 years? Do we hold them 10 years? Because you know, we don't know which ones they are. We know, though, there's some innocent men in Gitmo. How long do we hold them?
Well, I think what I would do is start a process of looking at the individual cases. I would have kept the military courts in place. I wouldn't have stopped the military courts. Let them do their work. At least they're getting rid of a few people and making a couple
But the Bush administration has had this issue in their laps now for several years. And there's still people that haven't seen a lawyer. I mean, I understand you don't provide habeas corpus rights to people on the battlefield. You don't read them their Miranda rights. But we have to have an answer on the other end of it on how long we can hold them, because this isn't like World War II where we sign a peace treaty and you let all the Germans go.
I think what you do is you go through each individual case and determine how serious it is. And if you can get lawyers for most of them or all of them, that would be a good thing to do. But you keep them at Guantanamo until you know who they are and how dangerous they are. Obviously, even the Bush administration made mistakes in releasing these people. If we're releasing people that are now turning around and killing innocent people, then we made mistakes on both ends in Guantanamo.
But
the people we took in and the people we let out.
Isn't that what's happening, though? Isn't what exactly you're saying the plan? Mark Halperin jump in, because he's saying they want to review, they want to hold off on things and take a look at this and find a way to shut it down. They're not just saying we're going to let everyone run free. I think there's a little bit of an extreme response going on here.
But I think the misleading part of it is that you announce you can close it.
Yeah.
When you don't know what the final result of that review is. Suppose the final result of that review is that 40 of the people are extremely dangerous terrorists who've been involved in multiple murders, and there's every indication that the minute you let them out, they're going to go murder again. What are you going to do with them?
Yeah, that's a
Maybe you're
very
going to keep them in Guantanamo. Maybe you're going to keep 40 people in Guantanamo.
Maybe.
Maybe you're going to keep 20 people in Guantanamo.